Welcome to Love and Money. We're sharing our stories, our experiences, our mistakes. You want to watch these, guys. So subscribe if you haven't. Today, or on this particular video, I am going to be sharing this story. I used to work, I think I was about 28 years old, and I worked in town. And my client would come and see me. He was an oldish man. He was 65. And whenever he came, he'd always invest a huge amount of money. And I used to be just like, my goodness, where does this guy make money from? So one day I just asked him, what do you do? You know, like, you seem to be very wealthy. What do you do? And I guess I was young, not threatening. And he was like, oh, let me just help this young one. And he told me, I'm in real estate and I construct houses. And I'm like, really, where? And he told me here, there, and where. And he said to me, you know, I can take you if you're very keen. I'd be happy to take you to see what I've done and what I'm up to. I'm like, really? I'd love to. He asked me, are you serious? I said, yes. What are you doing on Saturday? I said, I am free to go wherever. And so he came and we agreed, come to the office, pick me up Saturday morning and we'll go. So he came, picked me up, and it was like the whole day. I mean, this man was wealthy, still is. You know, we drove to all kinds of places. He has estates and estates of property. Not one apartment block.
Blocks.
Estates.
Right?
Okay. So I was curious and I was like, gosh, now how did you even build this estate? Forget the others, just this one. And he said, you start slowly. You start, those days Kitengela hadn't happened. At least it hadn't grown as much as it has now. And you said, you know, you go far, like Kitengela, get an eighth, you know, and with 700,000 shillings, he told me at that time, you can build, you can get some land and build some mabati houses, start with that, you know, on a plot, and then so on and so forth. And he explained, broke it down how I would do it, and I was like, I want to do it. I think I even told you the story at that time. And I was excited. And then when he was dropping me off, he said to me, let me ask you a question, Rina. Do you have a boyfriend? Is marriage near here? Where, you know, are we about to get married? I said, oh no, I don't know. I mean, I have somebody I'm seeing, but, and he said to me, then why do you want to do all these things? I mean, you're a woman. You're a girl, right?
You should not be getting into real estate.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, if you start doing these things now, who is going to marry you? Yeah, he asked me that. He said, you will not be, which man will want to marry you if you have all this wealth? So just go slowly, then get married, and then maybe you can start. But otherwise, just forget about it for now. And I was like, really? Like, for real? And then he said something else to me. He said, I asked him, are you married? And he said, yes, I have a wife. What does she do? She just stays home. I'm like, stays home? Where did you meet? In university. Then why is she at home? She's an educated woman. She's like, I like it like that, because if I have a side gig, she has no clue. So I'm like, oh my God, is this how we live our lives in this country? Like, for real? So I want to find out about the role of the woman and investing and finances. Like, what's up? Do we need to wake up as women? Honestly.
Wow, I wish I met that man at 27.
You'd have married him.
I was already married. 7 years of marriage with 3 children, and I was now ready to trailblaze. You know, I'm thinking it's a good thing, Rina, that you never really started that real estate business at 27.
It's a good thing.
I think so.
Why?
Well, they say that do the right thing at the right time. Okay, do the right thing at the right time. And I'm just reflecting and thinking, sometimes when women get too wealthy too early, it gets into their head.
It gets into their head.
It gets into their head, and they bling it. They bling it instead of blinging who they are and not what they have. You get me? Now, who you are is one, but if you bling what you have, you repel others.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And when you are young, you may not have the wisdom to have a balance about it. And so me, I'm happy you found a husband and now have grandchildren. So I'm happy for that life. Amma.
I actually regret it. I'm like, I would be so far.
I hear you. If you started then, you would be so far. But do you know what? You also invested in your education.
I did.
All right?
Yeah.
You invested in other areas that you might not just quite see. And life is about times and seasons. And in that season, you invested in something that you're reaping in now. And so I don't think that you would have had the humility to just have estates and just have anyone walking around and saying, I want to share this with you. I've just begun this journey, and so leave me alone. Question is, should women own wealth early? Should they be part of the investment building? I think absolutely. And it's important. So
You mean to be co-owners of property with your husband?
Even whether you are owner or not, you are a beneficiary. Even legally, you are protected. What you have owned with your husband, legally married, really belongs to the two of you and your children.
Yeah, and those children could be more than the ones I have.
So
So that's where the danger is.
the danger, that of course, and there are ways to protect yourself, but those children are equally children that have a right to their father's estate like any other. But what I would say is that the days when women sat home and put their qualifications and certifications in a suitcase is long gone.
Okay.
We are in the age where women are supposed to be equal partners in the marketplace. And I want to agree that there are men that wouldn't play in the same league with their wives in the marketplace. And I thank God that I got a husband who says, go Jenny, I'm cheering you on. There are not many that cheer their wives on. I'm also glad that I have no hindrances or encumbrances in my life. I can go to whatever levels that I choose to. And I want to appreciate that woman at home who is at home and does not desire to be at home. You want to go out there and begin something and watch it grow, or even pegging in your husband's business or work. The thing is, it's all about finding the medium where somebody does not feel that the wife has become a competitor. Who wants a competitor? Not a man.
So okay, go ahead.
Yes, we started an account and we started Mark Stationers.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Now, I just want to add on to that, I was still a coward. I was always scared. And then she told me, we should not tell anybody about this. So we had the secret account and we're doing very well. And then I don't know what my husband told me. One of those words he says in course means something. And I told him about it. I was told to go and close it. Go and close it. I do not want it.
The business?
Yes. Now, what is wrong with the business? She's asking for whatever stationery they need in their office, they're getting. And from me also, we're getting. We're adding to it. We're adding to life. We're becoming better people.
Yeah.
But it was not allowed. She was allowed, I wasn't. So she was very angry that I told him. Because we were told to close it.
I guess for me, it was a question of survival. For me, I was always allowed to do anything. You want to get into supplies? No problem. He was the marketing manager, will bring in the business, no problem. She was my partner. But the only thing I knew is that let it just be known it's my business. You are a partner, you are a silent, that's the one you call a silent partner. A silent partner can bring in the business, I may not bring in the business, but at the end of the day, you share whatever you get. We make, ours was very straightforward. We share 50-50 on whatever we make. Whether she brings the business, I bring the business, or whatever we do. I know that it's deceitful not to tell, but I was trying to save her situation because
She was a unique situation.
Yeah,
it's okay to keep a secret in that situation.
She didn't have any access to money whatsoever.
Yeah.
Even if we are going for lunch, we need to pay the bill. She didn't have the money to pay. And this is our money. So we were actually able to do monthly lunches And we
With a
didn't,
bottle of wine.
yes, and just have everything we did.
Yeah, we ate very well.
And invite whoever we want. Angus Steakhouse. Oh my God.
Wow.
Remember Angus Steakhouse? Then we invited the family, the sisters, come and eat, and we gave them a treat. That was our treat. Well, she always knew that her husband saw through her. He had a way of frightening her, and he would say,
So
what are you
Not telling me.
not telling me? I am looking at you, and I know there's something you're not telling me. Then she, I didn't tell you that we started a business with Jenny, and that we are selling stationery. Stupid. She got me in a lot of trouble. She got me in a lot of trouble. Now, and that's why we had to meet in the toilet.
So that's why you were meeting in the toilet. That's why she was not allowed to see you anymore.
Yes,
Okay,
so
now it
from
makes
there on,
sense. Yeah.
she was not allowed to see me because
she's giving me good idea.
no, bad ones for disobedience. But anyway, let me put it this way. God blesses the works of our hands.
Yeah.
He gives us a mind. He asks us to be creative. He gives us the opportunity to be blessed. He says, I will grant you the desires of your heart. That was the desire of her heart. That was the desire of my heart, that God would cause us to prosper. And everything we did was for the benefit of our families.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your father was always a great beneficiary. I took him the money, I didn't need to hide. Say, hey, now we've got a big deal. Here is what I have been able to make. And he would clap for me.
Well done,
Jenny. He would. That gave me motivation to be able to go on. And
The other side.
Well, Mark Stationers it was. Not anymore.
Stationers it closed.
Yeah,
And that was
and
it.
closed. But back to the beginning, you had a house.
Yes.
How did you buy that house?
Which one?
The one in Umoja? Because you had it before.
Yes,
At
I
what
got
point
it
did you
through
buy
a
it?
lottery.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. A city council lottery.
Oh, okay. So
So you get allotted.
Yes.
You get
You got
allotted,
allotted
but
the
you
house.
pay. But you pay for it. It's
I
not
paid,
a
I didn't
charity
pay.
sweepstick.
It's
Not charity sweepstick.
oh, okay. So that's what I
The
understood.
allotment, because you would want it but not get it.
Oh, I see. So you paid for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't okay. So you
It was
paid.
not for
So it was an
free completely.
investment that you made.
Yes, when I was young.
When you were young.
Yeah.
It wasn't your dad who bought it for
No.
you and gave it to you.
No.
So you had an idea.
I
about
had
how to invest
ideas,
for the
but
future.
but I came and got messed up with my ideas.
Okay, so later on, so you're in marriage, yes, everything is being provided
Yeah,
for you. Did you
yeah.
think about retirement, about your future, and how that would be sorted out?
At that particular time, when you're beginning your life, you're not thinking about the future or somebody dying or whatever. It's all nice. It's beautiful. You have 2 kids. You have a car.
I guess I'm reminded of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. At that level of beginning, you are more concerned about safety, food, shelter, love and belonging, period. And
There's
then
nothing else.
it's later on that you sort of begin. But the husband was quite investment savvy. They would buy the plots around Gong. I even bought a plot next to us. Because he always knew where are the plots available, what's whatever. He was the investment person.
Okay.
She was the beneficiary, so I would say very, very fortunate. So I wonder why.
No, it's interesting. I brought that up because I was reading some statistics, and it says that 90% of women end up controlling their family finances at some point in their lives.
Yes.
90%. So if you are not equipped, you have no clue what's going on, you don't know where to invest or save or how even, then it becomes a problem for the family and they become significantly affected. So that's why I thought, okay, at what point then does that wake up call come? And perhaps sometimes it comes a little late into the day when, you need to be making certain arrangements, for the future. Yeah.
Life is good. Life is good.
Okay.
It's about the choices
Yeah.
that we make. At the end of the day, it's about the choices. It's about the opportunities. But I think for me, the biggest lesson here is don't get married at 17 because you don't have the knowledge or the wisdom of what you're getting into. Marriage is for adults. And you know what? If you do get married at before the age of 25, you will need a lot of support. And so get the right people. Today we have so much support around. We really never had anyone, not
Nothing.
even Parents Magazine
Nothing.
was available
No,
to
it
read.
wasn't.
You have the internet, you have coaches and
Yeah.
You
counselors.
can Google stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't available, and so that really made it difficult. It was a dark spot, you
Yes.
are in a dark spot, not sure about what is it that you really need to do, and then you also don't want to tell about what's going on in your life. So we're just seeing all the glamour, but we don't know what's inside.
my heart.
Inside, we don't know
I
what's
think that
inside.
still applies today.
Sorry.
I think that still applies.
It
A
applies.
lot of people, yes.
Yes.
A lot of people don't live authentically.
Yes,
They still want to present this picture of happiness and joy and
exactly.
perfect life, and yet that's not what they're living.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a sad situation.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, anyway, so thank you for sharing and for...
Been a pleasure.
I have heard, yes, I should not regret the fact that I did not invest in real estate at 27. Because my mama would not have grandchildren.
You know.
Yeah? Anyway, yeah, so I guess life is not about regrets, it's about learning from every,
Yes.
every
Yes.
circumstance that you go through. Thank you so much for watching. If our conversations have touched a nerve or have brought out a question, please send a message in my inbox or write to me, sema@moneywise.co.ke, and we shall get you the answer to your questions. God bless you and have a wonderful time. Take care.